Now, Vita Carnis has been killing it with season 2 so far, so if you haven't seen my past videos going over it, I highly recommend you go check those out first. The link to the playlist will be in the description down below. But today's video is focusing on harvesters and hosts, which, if you remember, harvesters are those little bulbs in the forest that have like tendrils that can attack you, and hosts send out host spores into the air, and if a human breathes them in, they get infected, and then the human walks to the host and they get ended. So today we're gonna watch Carcass do some experiments with both and also get some insane story revelations towards the end. Super excited to be back going over analog horror, and I'm super excited for you guys to see this video. So of course, a big shout out to the creator Darian, whose link to the channel will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. The links to Darian's Ko-Fi and Instagram will also be linked in the description down below. And alright guys, enough of me yapping. Let's just jump right into this one. Video 22. Dire measures. Alright, here we go. Warning, this video talks about and shows imagery of graphic content like flashing lights, gore, violence, death. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned. 1995, July 3rd. I don't know how much time I have. I think they are beginning to realize what I'm doing. I've sent over one last package containing anything I thought looked important. If I don't contact you again, assume the worst. I know how hard it is to read fast. I know how hard it is to combat this alone again, but I don't think we have a choice. You figured it out before. You could do it again before it's too late. Good luck to you. Okay, so I'm yapping already, but in the last video I had discussed, there was a V and B conversating with each other, and we weren't really sure who was who. My theory was that the person who B was writing to, V, was Vincent Barrar, and I feel like this just convinces me more of that, because it says I know how hard it is to combat this alone again. And back in season 1, it seemed like Vincent Barrar was the only person that was really trying to uncover all the bad things about the Carcass and get it out in the public. So this would make sense again that, if something happens to B, you're going to do this alone again. You figured it out before, you could do it again. So yeah, that just convinces me more that this person is talking to Vincent. Carcass. Classified. Ooh. Okay. Don't worry guys, you got permission. I'm giving you permission.
Sleeping is the body's way of taking a break, allowing it to grow and repair itself. Your brain goes through 4 cycles of sleep.
Wait, hold on. Put that one back on. I need to know more about that. I don't get enough of that. 1995, January 20th. Harvester bulb now an acceptable size to begin testing. The bulb will be transferred into a specialized holding cell designed for research of harvester behavior. Ooh, so they're growing them. August 20th, 1991. After the capture of the Neutrier cult at Facility Zero and the securing of the entities, Team Alpha, Beta, and Gamma did a sweep of the facility. Contained within were multiple items that were deemed of interest. 2 of these items were a living Imperium Carnis, host of influence, and a collection of different types of powders. So a host and different types of powders. Okay. For those of you that don't remember, the capture of Neutrier cult at Facility Zero, that took place in the season finale of season 1. There is a video of that on the channel if you guys want to go watch it, or of course be sure to go watch the original just to refresh yourselves. But it seems we're going back to that, which is interesting. So this is going to be like a harvester / host video, it seems. August 20th, study of the powders led to the classification of 3 distinct substances: vial of host spores, vial of Neutrier's flavor enhancer, host spores, unknown composition. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I get complaints where people are like, oh, you don't talk enough, you just react. And then I get complaints of, oh, you talk too much. So let me know in the comments. I'm trying to figure out a nice medium for you guys. Should I wait till after the video to talk about everything, or should I talk about it now? Let me know in the comments. But I'm going to talk about it now. So another refresher, vial of Neutrier's flavor enhancer. I remember the big thing in season 1 was that it was thought that the host spores were being put in Neutrier's flavor enhancer, which was being sent out to the public, and people were eating that because it was a flavor enhancer. But really it had host spores in it, and obviously host spores, when humans inhale them, they kind of lose control of their own body and they end up walking straight to the host that produced those spores. Ooh, the host of influence was captured and contained at the Carcass facility for research purposes, the goal being to understand the nature of the host as well as the use and purposes of the 3 powders to the Nutria cult. Yo. It's so creepy that it doesn't have a face.
Your favorite sports are on YouTube. Catch every action-packed moment.
Test report, spore exposure and its effects. The host would be placed in a modified cell that would have ventilation holes to another cell. A test subject will be placed in the opposing cell and be exposed to the expelled spores. A test subject? Okay. The subject will then be decontaminated and quarantined to monitor behavior. Once the symptoms subside, the subject will give a vocal and written report of the effects they felt while under the influence. Reports for the tests are as follows. This is sick. And it sucks that there's... Actually, no, wait, this isn't... Hold on. Quick recap, hold up.
The spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will